Okay, I'm seeing this. It looks like a very large utility vehicle. It has like many areas, compartments that can open up on the side. It's sort of whitish looking, flat on top. Multiple wheels, and it looks like a Mars surface. It's sort of the reddish clay looking or dust looking area. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. Doesn't feel like it's on this planet. And it's traveling. There's like rocks on the other side. And it's bringing supplies or something. I don't know if people actually live inside there. And I'm standing outside of it, looking down. I've got beige looking boots. Same uniform, the camo colored uniform. My sleeves are rolled up. It feels hot, but I'm comfortable at the same time. I don't know if it's something to do with the uniform. I feel like I like it there. It feels really free there. Like there's no frequency that comes from, you know, a lot of the electronics and everything that we have on the earth. There's some kind of explosion. There's an explosion up ahead. And it looks like the dust went up almost like in a mushroom cloud, but it's not radiation. It's some other type of experiments. I think they're trying to test what equipment works on this plane of existence or reality, or if it's on Mars. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Mars. They're testing things. There's a woman there. Her name might be Janelle. And she has a journal. She's writing things down. It all feels weird. I'm looking for the team. The team's behind me. I'm ahead, standing in front of them. And now there's another big vehicle coming from behind. And we all jump inside. And there's quite a few people inside there already. Different branches of the military. Different types of uniforms. No one has a respirator or anything like that. Everyone's, you know, able to breathe without any problems. I heard soap. What I couldn't see is when I saw those large rocks, or it was not a mountain, but it was definitely some high rocks, and then behind that actually is a facility. It sort of looks like it's white, and it's enclosed. And these utility vehicles are driving into the opening of this facility. It has some kind of controlled atmosphere, because I guess the experience outside can be, I don't know, maybe harsh at times. I just saw Elon Musk. It looks like there's some dogs there, but I think they're in him. There's a group that have some kind of, it's not a horse, but it's some kind of animal that they were riding, and they're a species there, and they have very long legs. Skin is unusual. It's not white or brown or black, or it's somewhere in between. Maybe slightly purplish. It almost looks like like it has long hair, and you're expecting to see like a humanoid face, but it's not humanoid. And they look like warriors. One of them approached me, gave me some kind of necklace or stone. I think it's that stone that Peter was talking about. It looked like I keep on wanting to say moonstone, but it's not a moonstone. An opal. But I don't think it's a normal opal. And they also gave me some amber. They're pointing at something behind me. They had Peter and some of the merge are on stretchers because they were in some type of contaminated area. And they're going to go through some kind of decontamination. They seem to be okay, but they're making sure that nothing bleeds through or that there isn't any type of unnatural viruses, contamination. The electromagnetic field around them. There's some kind of spider being. It looks like a man, but he has like spider legs. And for some reason, I'm not afraid of him. Almost like he's working with us. And there's a few of the Council of Five that are on the left-hand side. They just showed up because of it started to create a bleed through, and they're helping to remove the bleed through. So as Peter's coming through, the bleed through just disappeared. They made it go away. Okay, now everything sort of looks different again. I don't see any light. It looks like it's darker. We're in the same place, but when they removed that bleed through, it changed. The ground doesn't feel as dusty, it feels more rocky. I'm thinking that maybe they shifted in time because I don't see that white facility anymore. They had us go into a cave. And then we're going underground. It sort of looks like a very, very simple elevator created with pulleys. Not electronic. They said that we had to be careful with electronics on the planet. They didn't want to bring all that energy in. And I'm kind of getting an idea that, or a feeling that they really don't like electronics at all. They don't like what the Earth has become and all the electromagnetic field being affected by the frequencies of all of these, radio frequencies and other type of frequencies from computers. So everything feels a lot more simplistic, organic. All right, I'm inside the cave and underground. A few stories down, maybe 2 or 3 stories down. They do have some kind of I don't know if you'd call it an operations room where they have all sorts of technology, but it is not like our technology. It doesn't affect the airwaves, the frequencies. Another thing about the substance that they're made out of, it looks like it's metal, but when you touch it, it is malleable. It's almost like clay, and then it goes back to its form. One of them kind of was abrupt and yelled at me and said I was pressing too hard. So you have to touch very lightly. And they're telling me it's related to like heat coming from my hand that can operate things. There's like an ET sitting there. He looks kind of grouchy, but he seems harmless. Kind of like, an older person that's not happy, but it's not like he wants to hurt anyone. They gave him some nuggets of gold, and he put them in a little pocket, and then he calmed down. I think he uses it for the technology, maybe even for his own health. Seeing these lights going off on the walls, this red and blue light. They're having us go down a corridor, sort of like around a corner, and you can't really tell where you're going. We're all checking in, and they're giving us uniforms. They're sort of a dark gray color, sort of a metallic look to it. It has some buttons on it, the red and blue buttons. There is like a yellow looking tag, and you kind of pull on the tag, almost like you go to inflate something, and it creates an inner layer of air. Something about my throat. I feel like I have a hole in my throat. I don't know what it is. I can still talk. It's not bothering me. But it has a real weird sensation. And it's like something that's pushing up against my throat. It's part of the equipment. I think it's to have me talk more telepathic. They don't like loud sounds. These ETs, everything bothers them. They're very sensitive. It's kind of like, it's interesting to be there, but it's like you have to walk on eggshells. You have to be really careful to not be offensive because we're in their space. And we're waiting there until they fix that other reality from there was a contamination that happened when Peter came through. So that's what we're doing here. And so he's fixing whatever it is. My ring is glowing. And then I got transported to some location. And Lincoln and Peter are there. And they're asking me questions. And then they're bringing me back to the team in this other location. Just transported really quick and then went back, or maybe it felt like it was quick, it was lasted longer, or maybe it had something to do with the ring. The ring did that. Okay, they reset everything. They gave us a vehicle. We just have to get on the vehicle. The vehicle, they can manifest the vehicle really easily. And it's almost like having a custom vehicle for us with the right amount of people. They make about 4 or 5 of them, and we all return and arrive, and we see ourselves on that utility vehicle again. And so everything's back to normal. And Peter and the Merge are on another mission. Okay, so there's another ET that just showed up and said you can't go any further. You're not allowed to share what you see beyond the space right now. And so I was still on the utility vehicle, and whatever changes were made, it feels like they actually made some kind of community, but they don't want me to talk about it yet. That woman that I saw earlier named Janelle, suddenly her hair is a lot longer, and I don't know how that happened either. So whatever happened, it must have been a longer period of time before we were returned. And so he did something, and then I think I closed my eyes and I'm here. Okay. Well, I was having this vision and re-experiencing a recall. I was trying to figure out exactly where I was at a few times, because even though I did recognize that, and I knew at times that I was in Mars or off planet, And then there were a few times where I really wasn't sure, and it did feel like it could have been here on the planet. And then I thought about this place on Mars, the Mars in Canada, and I will say it's the NASA Houghton Mars project. And I believe as I was uh, phasing in and out of different realities, that there were moments where I was traveling, and then there were moments that I was it felt more organic, like it was based here. So, for example, he's wearing a spacesuit. He's got it looks like it's on Mars, but it's not. And these mountains right here reminded me of kind of what it looked like. Also, this vehicle right here, if it was all white, it was something like this as well that I was seeing driving down that kind of dirt road. And that it was just a very odd situation. I don't know what else to say. I'm not implying that the Mars projects are all fake, and I do believe that people are going to this location sometimes to jump to another location, or something to that effect is happening because of the recall that I had. I'm positive that we didn't just stay there in that one location, that it was almost like we were moving through that space and then into another. But I definitely feel that I'm positive that I was in the Houghton Mars Project Research Station at some point, and the way it all looks seems very familiar. So that's it for my recall, and I have others as well, but this one was very specific, and I want to share it with you.